Okay, I don't know what's going on then. Okay, so this is gonna be my episode 1 of podcasts that I'm doing over on Spotify, where we are ranking things from comic book, movie, and TV shows from 2021. And then talking about the Diggle CW TV show. All right. So currently recording. Hey, welcome to this podcast, episode 1. I don't really know what I'm gonna call this yet, but here we are. So you might know me from TikTok or maybe YouTube. I go by Zack Reacts on YouTube. That's what one of my YouTube channels are called, and Ninja Nightwing over on TikTok, which may recognize me more as because I have 400 followers over there. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to be ranking all of the comic book, movie, and TV shows, things from 2021 that I personally saw. So don't get offended. This is my list. Hit me up over on TikTok or Twitter or something where and discuss it, or DM me over there or comment it somewhere on a TikTok video or something. Yeah, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to list off all of the things that I watched and what I'm going to be ranking today. And after we're done with the ranking, I am going to get into talking about the John Diggle TV show that just came out and what I think is going to happen to it. Or not happen to it, but what I think is what it's going to be about. Like, we know synopsis and everything, but just my thoughts on it, Okay, so everything that came out in 2021 that I saw. So I'm going to head down this list, and then I have my ranking down below on my notes that I will look about. So everything that came out in 2021 that I watched: WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, The Flash Season 7, Black Lightning Season 4, Batwoman Season 2, Superman and Lois Season 1, Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, Stargirl Season 2, Titans Season 3, Young Justice Phantoms, the first half of it, What If, Black Widow, Invincible, Loki, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Eternals, The Flash, Armageddon, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Legends of Tomorrow, first half of Season 7, Batwoman, first half of Season 3, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Hawkeye, The Suicide Squad. Okay, some of these, I have not rewatched these before making this list, just to let you know. So most of these are based on first-time viewings. So some of them will go more in depth than others about it. Okay. So everything I just listed off, that's not my list, but there was 24 things there that I watched that came out last year. Okay. So first off, we're gonna head into our 24th spot on the list, which is Black Lightning Season 4. Now, the CW DC TV shows are kind of known for
Stay out. You're not going in there. Somebody in the bathroom?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Hurry up. Because I want to pee. Punch you in the head, that's why.
So the CW is known for having not very good or not very great season 4s of the DC TV shows. So like Arrow season 4 was bad. Flash season 4, personally I don't like it, but my brother he likes that season. Supergirl season 4, that's kind of where I fell off. I tried to keep watching it, but they just ruined the story for me. And Sam Witwer, I'm a fan of him, and they just ruined him for me. And so on and so forth. Black Lightning season 4 shouldn't have been his last season. Season 3 was just so good and really high point. And season 3 was like that's the start of it going downhill, for all the other shows like Arrow and The Flash. And that's season 3 was Black Lightning was a rarity, where it's like ends off at a really high point for the show. Supergirl was kind of there, but not to the same extent. Like Black Lightning season 1, great. Season 2, in my opinion, not as great. So I don't think I ever really finished season 2. Oh wait, no, I watched it on Netflix. Never mind. So season 3 came in with like the Markovia shit, the Outsiders, and all that. It was great. But things happened behind the scenes of Black Lightning, like China wanting to leave. She said season 4 was going to be her last season either way. Some weird stuff behind the scenes with Cress was going on, and so on and so forth. And there was just this weird story. They were just all like, "Fuck it, let's just make this the last season." I feel like that was a really bad decision. And Black Lightning season 4 is just like, it's bad. Let's just say that and move on. Okay. Number 23 on this list is Titans season 3. Another thing I personally didn't like. Now I put this higher than Black Lightning, for one, because there was points I liked in season 3 of Titans, but compared to Black Lightning, it kind of felt like a chore, honestly. But I like season 3 of Black Lightning, and I had hope for it to get better. Now, if I remember correctly, Titans season 3 came out of the gate with their premiere with 3 episodes, I think. And I remember those 3 episodes being really, really, really good. And then it honestly felt like they switched up the writing team or something. Like, they did this weird ass shit with Scarecrow. Like, who was asking for Scarecrow in Titans? Like, if anything, you want Scarecrow to be like freaking Batwoman or something. Like, never mind. Like they replaced Scarecrow and the Joker, which was awful move. I don't know why WB just doesn't let the freaking TV shows do what they want. It's not like they're using them. Like, well, they are using them, but not very well. Just say that. Freaking, never mind. I'll get to that when I get to that. Type C, and then like they introduced Tim. I was skeptical when I heard the casting because like they're diverging away from like what Tim Drake looks like and all that. And that's another friggin' thing what they did in the comics when they turned him bi that I have opinions on, but I won't get into in this episode. And Tim Drake, he was cool. He was like pretty accurate, but like I don't know. He just my whole gripe is probably with him is that he didn't really have any training at all. Freaking, he like I won't call it training, but he's like with Donna for most of the season. Like when it comes to him, his relationship with Titans characters, and then she leaves by the end of the season to go see Dawn, which was freaking stupid. But I like outside of the first 3 episodes, I also like the mascara stuff they did with Raven was cool. But she came back. Raven and Donna came back way late in the game. Like they should have. How many? Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. Give me a second. For real? Damn. Okay. So there was in season 3 there was 13 episodes. From like just remembering and looking back at these thumbnails on HBO Max. Yeah, okay, I remember this now. Raven's first appearance of the season is in episode 9 in a 13 episode season. And then Donna comes back in episode 10. Yeah, and then Tim spends like the whole episode of episode 12 with there. And they killed off Dick for no reason at all, just to revive him when we all saw that coming. Yeah. And Red Hood could have been so much better. He was so wasted. It was horrible. Yeah, so that's what I gotta say about Titan season 3. I'm not. By the way, I'm not going back to see that in season 4, and that takes a lot because from a person who's still watching The Flash and other Arrowverse shows, the only Arrowverse show I really dipped out on was Supergirl. I still watch Legends. I still watch Supergirl. I watch Batwoman. So I watch Arrow all the way to the end. When people say I had freaking bad seasons, I had one bad season. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of rambling in these podcasts, so get used to it. Okay. Number 22. What I have ranked at 22 is The Flash season 7. Now this is lower than both Black Lightning and Titan season 3. One, because the story actually felt like it connected to each other and wasn't like really weird compared to the last season of the show. And 2, because we got actual speedster shit that season. It's been a while since we had a main speedster villain. You think season 3 was the last time? Freaking been 4 years, not counting like when Dawn comes in every now and again just to mess with Barry. But Godspeed could have been so much better. Godspeed should have got the whole of the back half after Eva was after they finished her after, and granted they did have the pandemic messing stuff up with that. I feel like if they would have been able to at least finish the script and end Eva, because they write it one episode at a time and then like that, I'm pretty sure, then I feel like it would have been way better. But yeah, the thing that makes it better than Titans and Black Lightning for me is because of Godspeed and like we get in the Flash family. But it was kind of weird that they had Iris instead of Wally. Huh?
Here.
Thank you.
Take it.
What? You just gave me
Those ones are
some.
for vitamin C.
Huh?
Those ones are for vitamin C. Did you just say overdose?
Yeah. Left the show and they had their differences and whatever, but it just would have been cool to see him there and him to come back just one more time. But when he did come back with what was that? Was that season 7? Or was that 6? I don't remember. When he came back, you know what I'm talking about, when he dealt with the helicopter that one episode. That was handled good. He was handled good there. So I feel like if he would have came back, he would have been handled well. In there, but it just would have been cool to see him. But Iris being out there again, that's cool, I guess. Now, these next two I don't really consider them bad, and then again, I don't really remember much from them, but they're CW shows, so the quality will be dipped down a little bit. So at number 21 is Legends of Tomorrow, season 6. I don't really. Oh yeah. So all I really remember is, frick, what's old boy name? You know who I'm talking about, the one who got Sarah and like Ava's creator or whatever. I keep want to say Barod, but that's not his name. Yeah, so him where he turns Ava into like an alien, which is it's cool. Mick leaves, which if I'm currently watching what's season 7. It's on season 7 right now. Yeah, I'm currently watching that right now. It's good, but again, still weird about Mick. And yeah, but I like what they're doing with Nate this year. Actually, give him an actual story. Anyway, so yeah, that's number 21. Not much to say on that on Legends. I don't really remember it. Same with our 20th spot. I don't remember much from it. And our 20th spot being Batwoman season 2. Now, for me personally, finish. I didn't finish any what's it called, Batwoman season 1, because I didn't really like it, honestly. But I I watched, I don't know, I watched the beginning of season 1. I don't remember how many episodes, and then I didn't watch like the middle episodes. Then I heard like they had like some cliffhanger with Bruce at the end, which was actually Hush, which they really never paid off on. I mean, he was in there for like one episode, but that felt like a setup for like a main villain though, which they should have done, even with freaking Ryan or whatever. But I felt like Ryan's introduction was good. Like, and honestly, I like how she's handled on the show more than Kate was. But when Kate came back as Cersei, yeah, Cersei Sionis, that was good. I liked it. Um, but when Ryan's introduction, the only thing I have to say about that is I feel like they went a little too hard with the um, BLM and ACAB and all that stuff. Went too hard on that, but besides that, I feel like it was good. And what else do I remember? The stuff with the Desert Rose. Luke gets shot. He becomes Batwing. That was all good. Alice stuff is good, like always. Freaking, it was just great, you know. Um, so yeah, that's what I gotta say about Batwoman season 2. All right, what's next? Um, Number 19, Venom. Let There Be Carnage. Now, this movie is interesting. Let's just go with that. It's really short, like Incredibles level of short for a superhero movie. It's like the shortest in years, you know. Stuff, and Venom and Eddie are separated again, which I feel like if they do that in Venom 3, it's gonna just be like a trope that needs to die with the Venom movies. Like, can't they just be together, form their bond and all that, and have them be strong, and then take out the villain? Yeah, but I'm going into the Venom franchise as a whole. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I really like the Venom franchise. Sometimes I really don't, because I'll be like watching like another Spider-Man thing, and then he'll be in there. I'm like, this is so much better, you know. Carnage was good villain. He was really creepy. Like Cletus was good. No, no, it's just weird. I don't know. I just ranked it at 19. You know, so don't. That's another thing. Don't really remember much of. Uh, Batwoman season 3 first half. Oh yeah. That was cool. With they're playing with the Mr. Freeze mythos and that stuff, and they introduced her brother, Ryan's biological mama. Um, yeah, I really liked the first half of season 3. Legends of Tomorrow season 7 first half. Let me think. Oh yeah, when they were in the yeah. That was cool. where they were trapped there with freaking Spooner Mama. And then they were just that and then they met. They were like became the Bold Blondes or whatever, and then they met a John lookalike who created time travel, but they never really brought up how he looked like John, which is really weird to me. Like especially like freaking Zari, the new Zari. She should have brought that up. Like, why, like, to Ava or Sarah or somebody, I don't know, or Bearrod, whatever, whoever. Like, just me, or does he look like John? Like, should have brought that up. Like, and then they've been like, maybe he's one of his ancestors or something. I feel like they should have gone with he's one of their ancestors. But yeah. Okay. So Legends first half season 7 was cool, but like I put it at 17 because like, you know, the CW dip in quality, you know. So all right. Number 16. The Flash Armageddon. The first half and a little mini crossover. So it was good. Despero going in, I thought it was gonna be way more of a villain, especially like compared to his other appearances, like the comics and what I knew him from before this. Young Justice, that one episode where he showed up in Invasion, I think it was. Yeah, he's trying to fight people and like because he's a bounty hunter or whatever. Anyways, he was good in this. I mean, it wasn't all that, but he was like, oh, you're about to destroy it, so I'm gonna kill you. But honestly, I called this shit. We kind of knew he was gonna be in already because set photos with Grant in a new Reverse Flash costume based off of his new Flash costume from. Did that really come in season 7? Yeah, it did. That's crazy. His new. Wow, that felt like it's been around for a minute. Let me see. I called it when Kramer told him he was being investigated federally. I was like, this has got to be Thawne, bro. Like, come on. I said that to my brother when we were watching it. Let me see. He was all like, he stole Barry's life, created a reverse flashpoint, and yeah. But it was kind of weak to me how Ryan and Alex didn't really like interact with present day Team Flash or like the good Team Flash or whatever you want to call them. But that's I kind of like that just because Ryan doesn't really know anybody like that or like the Batwoman team. Honestly, the only person who had a connection to them like that was Kate, and she was gone, and she only really was connected to Kara like that. So plus, but Luke knows Dig, but you know, I just felt like I hope in like the next actual crossover that we get, they will go into like Ryan's friendship with like Iris and Barry and everybody, like the next actual crossover, which I don't know when that'll happen. That's hopefully next year. Hopefully, if we could get that done. But if we did this Armageddon thing, which is basically a crossover in the first 5 episodes of The Flash, and characters from other TV shows came on there, I don't know why we can't do a normal crossover. But yeah, so that's why I ranked Armageddon at number 16. Number 15, our first Marvel project here, being WandaVision. Now, WandaVision, it was interesting. I feel like it could have been delivered better. Like they could have dove more into it being like a mystery thing, like what the fuck is going on with Wanda? How is Vision back and shit? But they didn't really go that route. They went like sitcom shit, which was weird, especially for the MCU. Like, I don't know. So yeah, WandaVision at number 15. And if they would have dove deeper into that, people would have. I feel like, in my opinion, people would have been like, "Oh, it's like Captain America: Winter Soldier, spy thriller, but a superhero movie." They they really need to hop on that, or if DC can get their shit together, do that with Batman. We'll see in March if they do something. If it's like really good, like people are saying on Twitter, or they've just been sucking his dick the whole time. Next, number 14, What If. I really liked What If, but compared to everything else on this list, it's just like, it's whatever. Um, it was cool how they brought together like a multiversal Avengers, or I guess you could say multiversal Guardians of the Galaxy, because they went by Guardians of the Multiverse. I wonder if they'll be brought back. Um, But yeah, I personally, in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer, I don't think that's that Doctor Strange, because he kind of redeems himself, and the way he's like talking and whatever, like the way they just format him and show him in the trailer, he just seems like a bad guy. Um, so yeah, I don't know if that's that Doctor Strange. Just wanted to bring that up. And they really came out here with playing with our emotions with Killmonger, like, because some people want him to be Eric to be the next Black Panther, but that's a whole nother podcast episode. This one's gonna be long enough as it is. Okay. Number 13, we have Eternals. Now there's like this story with Eternals, like critics freaking spoiling post credit scene with what's his face? Harry Styles, that's who it was, right? Being Thanos' brother. I can't think of his name right now. Star Fox? Is that right? I don't know. I can't remember. And the movie being way too low for that movie. Yeah, I've watched all freaking the MCU movies in theaters since like freaking Thor 1, and I haven't like getting ready to fall asleep to one since like forever. I dozed off for like a second, but I didn't fall asleep. Can't say the same thing for BBS and the first Suicide Squad movie though. Okay. All right. So we're at our halfway point. We're at number 12, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Personally, I really liked it. I felt like it was really good. I like how they went and introduced Sam as Captain America. How they did it, like he just didn't accept it right away like that. Like I felt like it was good. I liked how there was that scene. It was more at the end after they get the shield back and everything, where Bucky and Sam are like learning how to do it together, which I feel like they should dive deeper into, like, because Steve and Bucky used it in Civil War. I feel like it would be even cooler with like Sam and Bucky using it together, especially because Sam could fly. It'd just be cool. Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier was great. John Walker was good in there, even though everybody was hating on him. That shit was awful for freaking Wyatt Russell. TikTok at that time was freaking hilarious. So I'm not even gonna lie. That was freaking funny. All right, so reach our halfway point, and I will talk to you after this short little music. thing that I'm going to put in here. Okay, we're back. Now, a bunch of people will probably end up getting mad at me for this, for placing this one here, but this is just how I feel about it. Now, at number 11 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now, keep in mind, I haven't really liked Zack Snyder's universe of DC movies, or Zack Snyder, the Snyderverse, or Zack Snyder's DCEU, whatever you want to call it. This far. Now, there's some stuff I liked about it. That's why it's almost in the top 10. But there's other stuff that I liked more that I put in the top 10 instead, that I felt like deserved it, in my opinion, more than this Justice League movie did. To me, for the most part, it just felt like the same movie, but like longer, and took out some of the freaking Whedon scenes that there were, like Flash falling on Wonder Woman, like that little weird stuff. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like we had random Lois Lane scenes in there that freaking like why is this in here? What's the point? You know? Like most of those could have been cut out. We could have showed like short little montage of her going there or something. I don't know. But I'm surprised I remember all this from this freaking 4-hour movie compared to like 45. Well, never mind. Those were whole, I'm talking about whole seasons compared to like other stuff. But you know, I did like what they did with Batman in this though. I felt like it was pretty good, but I still don't think he should have been killing in the first place. I feel like he could have been more brutal, but not killed everybody and using freaking guns on the freaking Batmobile. When guns is like the whole freaking thing, like that had a part in making him become Batman, like when his parents were killed in the alley. But you know, it is what it is. It is kind of dumb. They removed freaking WB made Zack take out John Stewart, Green Lantern. It would have made more sense that he was there in like the continuity of the Snyderverse or like whatever than Martian Manhunter. Like, but he was there like the whole time. Apparently, he was in Suicide Squad and then Man of Steel. But what were you doing then, my boy? What were you doing when freaking Doomsday was killing Superman? When Wonder Woman showed up, why didn't you show up with her or come in at the end of there? But you know, or come into help in Justice League. Like at any point when they were fighting all the parademons and Steppenwolf, where were you, my boy? Just saying. Okay, number 10 spot. I feel like a bunch of people aren't gonna like this being here either, is because where I just put Justice League, I put this over Justice League for me. Number 10, I have placed Black Widow there. Okay. I feel like this movie gets too much hate because, well, it gets hate because of Taskmaster, but I feel like it shouldn't because they're doing a different thing, and I'm pretty sure it's going to become like the Taskmaster program, and whoever, old girl from Falcon and Winter Soldier, she's got to be working for somebody. I feel like it's gonna be like Hydra remnants, in my opinion, or maybe AIM. That'd be interesting. She was working for AIM, but she is Madam Hydra or whatever. I can't think of her names, like on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Whatever. You know who I'm talking about? Who've been going around recruiting everybody. She recruited what's her face, Yelena and John Walker. Okay. So I just feel like the movie was really, really cool and really good. Like how they dealt with the Black Widow stuff, and it was like human trafficking, and like, yeah, and like it was kind of different, like boss fight, I guess you could say, like quote unquote boss fight with the old guy who Nat was trying to punch, but she couldn't. That was kind of scary, like for an MCU movie, if I'm being honest, you know. Um, so yeah, I just really like the movie. I feel like it should have a higher score on Rotten Tomatoes also. Um, I honestly don't remember what it is. I don't remember it being that high. I kind of want to look it up, so give me 1 second. $79. Okay, so it's at a 79. I feel like it could have been in the 80s, the mid to late 80s, you know. Okay, let's get on to our number 9 being Hawkeye. Hawkeye was just like really fun, especially I feel like that was smart, especially like going into No Way Home. Hawkeye was just really fun, but yeah, like Yelena showing up, Kate was like really good. She's like one of my favorite characters new characters that's just been introduced in Phase 4 so far. She's like just really fun to me. Um, her and Clint's relationship is awesome. Let me think. Like him teaching her that coin thing. Oh, gotta address the elephant in the room. Like, come on now. Kingpin showing back up. That was awesome. Yelena, her getting close. Well, I don't know, closure's the right word, but you know about Nat and all that. I feel like Yelena will get taken under Clint's wing as well. But honestly, I was really expecting Clint to show up in Hawkeye. I was so surprised that he didn't, because he has a really close relationship with Wanda. But anyway, I should have talked about that when I ranked WandaVision, but I didn't. Like I said, get used to the ramble. Okay, number 8. Like really, for me, a big standout of this year. But yeah, it is at number 8 because I feel like there's some stuff that was better than it. Number 8, I have Superman and Lois season 1. Now, it's really good, especially for like CW show. It's like a mix of a CW and HBO Max show. One, because the actors came from CW, but it's backed by HBO Max and it looks like a freaking film, which is great. And Maxwell Lord being his brother was like just really cool. Them introducing Steel first season, their kids were really cool. I like Jordan's freaking evolution through the whole season. John was cool. He freaking blocked him from hitting that one guy. Like it was just really good, especially for something on the CW. You know, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's amazing. And season 2 just came out this past week as the time of me recording this. Yeah, so number 7 we have the Suicide Squad, the second one. It was really good. James Gunn does what James Gunn does. Like it's just a really good movie. People want him to like freaking go and do a bunch of these DC movies now, but I feel like he should just stick to what he does best. Bizarre characters, though, that people don't really know like that. I mean, people know the Suicide Squad, but not like that, especially after the first Suicide Squad movie with what's the old boy name? Fuck, you know who I'm talking about? The guy who does the freaking first Suicide Squad, and then they want to release a director's cut for his movie. You know who I'm talking about? I can't think of his name right now. Fuck, what is his name? You know, it's gonna bug me for a while. I'll probably think of it later when I'm getting down to closer to the number 1 spot. But anyway, so yeah, the Suicide Squad number 7. Number 6, Loki. This was really good in my opinion. I loved it. And I feel like it set up things that are very crucial to the MCU going forward. Sylvie was great in it. Tom Hiddleston Loki was great. Owen Wilson as Morbius. I always say that. Mobius was great. Um, Kang's introduction, or quote unquote Kang, you know, was really cool. I like that. Yeah, it was just nice. And that sets up like Doctor Strange and Spider-Man going forward, and hint in Secret Wars teases, if you know the lore like that. Okay. Number 5. Again, I really like this movie. This is one of the few things on this list that I have rewatched since I first saw it in theaters or when it aired on TV or whatever. In being Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I rewatched this a little while after it came out on Disney Plus, and where you get the new IMAX stuff on there. This was one of the movies on there that you could watch, and I was like, I didn't feel like watching any of the other ones that they IMAX enhanced, so I watched this one. It was really good. I really liked it. Shang-Chi being one of my favorites. One of my favorite new characters that they added in Phase 4 thus far. He was really cool. I really liked him. Same with what's her name? What was it? Kelly? I don't think it was. I don't know. His friend, his like best friend there. Just good. His dad was really cool. He was a really interesting villain. Coming there to save his mom, even though his mom was dead, and these freaking demon things that I feel like could have been like a freaking way different threat. The things at the end, like for a freaking Avengers movie, honestly. But yeah, that was dope. And then Trevor Slattery, his return, that was nice. Yeah, just a little callback. All right. Our number 4 spot, one of our top 4 now, being Stargirl season 2. Now this was great in my opinion. It was like first for the CW, this was like a more psychological villain. They're like I'd say all the villains on the CW have been psychological, but not to this extent. Like Slade was because he was Oliver's homie. Zoom was because of like that one part where he was running in and then he saw the the cutouts of his parents and shit. Just really good. But Eclipso, he's a different breed, bro. Like just those last few let's not even talk about that yet. Like when Courtney was stuck in his little dimension, and she got Cindy, bro. That episode was wild. Especially the shit with Cindy's backstory with her mom being killed like that, and then her dad just that was freaking wild. And then the freaking episode where he freaking shows up, he just takes out the freaking new ISA in like 3 seconds flat. And Artemis is all like, oh, hell no. And she dips. That shit was crazy. And then the freaking, this is how good it is. I'm going. And then, when they showed up at when they were fighting Eclipso, like, and they, like, fuck. Not Beth. Yolanda was fighting Ted like that. That was dope. And then, it was just so good. Let's just move on to our number 3 now. I'm sorry I rambled on that one, but it's just so good. I can't wait for season 3. Whatever that Frenemies, that's what's called. Did season 2 have a subtitle? Summer School, that's what it was. Stargirl Summer School. There you go. So number 3 spot, a TV show that I cannot believe came out in 2021. I completely forgot this came out this past year. That being Invincible. Invincible is great. Like, right, I didn't know anything about the comics, and that may have enhanced my viewing of it, in my opinion. Like, I didn't know shit. I was normie in that way. But, like, his dad being with, like, a Justice League type team. Like, people compared them to them, and that was, like, the whole thing. Dad being like the bad guy, kills them all, and you're wondering why through the whole show. And then you find out that he wants to like freaking, he has to like listen to the, no, what were they called? You know, his people to like control him. And Mark's like, no, fuck you, bitch. I don't know them. This is my friends. I don't care if I live 1,000 years. Actually, I'm beautiful. And then it gets turned into a meme, which is freaking hilarious. The show's just great. Go watch it. Okay, before I tell you my number 2 spot on this list, there's one thing I think I need to tell you. So I'm a huge, and when I mean huge, I'm talking about the TV show here. I'm a huge Young Justice fan. Like I love the show. I was a part of getting it renewed back in the day, and trying to help it get renewed for season 5 now. The mornings before I head off to school, I just plug in my iPad and I just let it play on HBO Max like that. So I think, after me telling you that, you know what my number 2 spot is. Young Justice Phantoms, the first half of it, because the second half hasn't came out yet, but the second half I already know is going to be a banger. So, like, we got our first arc with Connor and McGann, them going into, like, the Mars racism stuff, us actually getting to see Mars. A 1-year time skip from it. Our Artemis arc was amazing, and then our most recent arc being the Tana arc, which I personally thought that's when all of the OG team was going to come together like that, but no, they're coming together because of Connor. Connor dies at the end of the first arc. Dick and Calder go to tell Artemis at the beginning of her arc, and then she just breaks down because she's like, I know exactly how McGann's feeling and what she's going through and all that. It's just so good. And of course the cliff. I don't know if I call it a cliffhanger because Greg has said on his Twitter, like about the Wally thing and Vandal going to meet Darkseid at the end of season 2. Like, that wasn't a cliffhanger. We just got canceled and became like that, you know? But, like, them showing Connor right there at the end and Zatanna seeing him, he's like, I see his soul and he's not resting. So I believe in the first episode of the second half of Young Justice Phantoms, we're going to see We're going to see McGann, McGann's sister, Emery, and John come back. And yeah. And then Zatanna's going to tell him, then Artemis is going to be all like, why don't you just do what you did for me, where I got to see Wally and then been sent off like that. And then they're going to find out the tea will be spilled finally. Freaking it's like freaking 3 years later at this point now, which is insane that season 3 was in freaking 2019. Oh gosh, it's gonna be so good. Anyway, and then I feel like they will get Connor back early before the season is over, and then they will go, and then Connor be like, we have to go back. We have to go back and get Wally, bro. And then we'll get everybody back, and then they'll go deal with this stuff with Mary and all that. You know, that shit would be awesome. You already know. All right. I'm sorry, I went on a tangent rambling about Young Justice there. there's going to be many Young Justice podcasts on here just talking about that. And speaking of other podcasts, I feel like I plan to talk about the shows and movies and all that from each week at the end of the week. I feel like that could be fun because I plan to record these on Fridays if I'm not out doing anything. But it'll definitely be out. I'll definitely be recording them on Saturdays if I'm not. If I have something to do on Fridays, over the weekend it'll get done. Yeah, get uploaded as soon as the next week starts. All right. Number one spot. You probably saw this one coming, being Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, come on. That movie was freaking great, bro. Like, let's just talk about it right away. The return of Toby and Andrew, that was awesome. Like, the Doc Ock was great. Electra was great somehow. The only one out of the freaking villains I was there that I was like, that was a Lizard. He didn't really do anything. Yeah, I'm talking for an hour straight. That freaking messes me up. Like, Toby and Andrew's return was just amazing, honestly. Coming in, talk to Tom. And that, I didn't even. Aunt May's death. Oh my god. That was. Come on now, let's be honest. We all saw that coming when she said, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, come on. But, like, if he gets that from May, then what the fuck is going to go on in freshman year? Because we know that's going to be like Tom's origin story, but I would have considered this his origin story, this whole trilogy, But I guess we're going to find out what happened to Ben, and guess he didn't get that message across to Peter. But then again, Peter's all like, which I hear nobody's bringing up after No Way Home. People were all, after May said that, Peter said, yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. It's another weird thing. Why wasn't May buried next to Ben? That is so weird to me. Peter's identity getting erased like that. That was great. The freaking Spider-Man. Well, there wasn't 6 of them, which Venom should have been 6, or at least somebody else. Or Mysterio should have came back. Or yeah, I'm nitpicking here. The movie was freaking great, but I feel like it should have been a Sinister 6. But it was great. I don't know. And that swinging scene Toby and Andrew get. Speaking of swinging, speaking of swinging scenes with Tom with his new suit, his apartment, that swinging scene is just great, bro. I can't wait. I need a good picture of that suit because I want to draw that so bad. I don't know. This movie was just so good. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say about the movie. Just Toby and Andrew, Tom swinging together, fighting their villains. But yeah, All right. So we're done with the ranking there. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the John Diggle TV show that is going to come out on the CW. That being called SSU. Now, my initial idea when I heard the description of the show is Dig is training like was it 5? Yeah, 5 young metahumans who are going undercover in a university because there's some sketchy stuff going on in there, right? So my initial thought when I heard about that is I think it's going to be the Arrow versus Titans or Young Justice or whatever. Obviously, it's not going to be called that, one because the Titans TV show, 2 because the Young Justice TV show, but I don't know. It could. I feel like that's what it's going to be. Diggle getting his own show is great, but it kind of sucks that he's not going to become Green Lantern. Why even give him the ring then? Like, especially because in Crisis they showed the Green Lantern Oa on different Earth, but John gets the ring. It's weird. I feel like though, if they want to develop John more as a Green Lantern, he should have been in that Green Lantern show that's on HBO Max where he's the where he's like trained by like Hal or Guy or Kyle or whoever, or maybe even Jon Stewart, like as a different, like he actually exists or whatever. I don't know who. Hold up, let me look something up about this show real quick, and then I'll talk about it more. Excuse moi. Grey's Anatomy. Okay, so I'm gonna just read this description off this article I just found right now because I wanted to see if it hinted towards any characters they could be adapting to the screen, as these five metahuman characters are going into this university. So it says, just as you, after spending years fighting alongside masked heroes, John Diggle embarks on a new mission to recruit five young metahumans who live undercover as freshmen at a prestigious university. There, he will oversee their education and train them to become the heroes of tomorrow. Okay. That doesn't sound like Titans. I don't know. Not like Titans, not like the show, but like the Titans or Teen Titans from the comics. I don't know what does. If that's the route they're going to go down, which I feel like they are, then I feel like you need to bring in those younger heroes into there. Like, just as guest starring little episodes, like bring in Keenan Longsdale as Wally, bring in Roy, Frick, what's his name? Oh my god, am I forgetting all this shit today? This is crazy. Colton Haynes, there we go. Like, bring in like other Arrow characters. Like, I would say bring in like somebody like me and them, but no. Bring in like Laurel. Like, this should be like something like Green Arrow and the Canaries would have been like as an Arrow continuation by like where those characters training them, which will be really interesting. And obviously, have them go to like meet Team Flash and all that. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it also says it's going to be written by Michael Narducci from the Vampire Diaries, and I probably butchered that. I'm about to butcher this name too. And Zone Clack, not Clark. Okay, from Grey's Anatomy. With the Vampire Diaries, a long-running show turned into a long-running universe with the originals and legacies, and Grey's Anatomy, a very long-running show. That's like almost, I'm not mistaken, almost to like it's. I need to pass that already. 20th season, I'm thinking. Give me a second. Okay, it's got 18 seasons. So yeah, I expect this should be really good, but it might lean into more drama-y. But they have the ability to do that because, one, these two writers. Two, it's not really based off of any one character, like Green Arrow, The Flash. That's another thing. Like with Legends, it's like they do their own thing. They just fuck around like that now, which is really cool. And it works well. I feel like they need to go back to the roots. That's a different episode too. Let me see. This becomes the Arrow versus Titans. That would be great. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it on that. Thanks for tuning in to this first episode of this podcast. Still don't know what it's gonna be called yet. But yeah. Thanks for listening for this whole time if you made it all the way over here. And I'll see you next week where I talk about any news that has come out and the TV shows that I watch next week, because there's no movies next week that are coming out for a while. What's first? Is it Doctor Strange or is it Morbius? I don't know, but both of those are still a few months away. The Batman is in March, so yeah. I haven't watched Peacemaker yet, though. So I'll probably be talking about that on Friday next week. 4 episodes of that next week. Jeez. Oh boy. That I'll be discussing. Along with Superman Lois, Naomi, Legends, and Batwoman. I feel like that's it. Yeah, that's it. Because there's like no Marvel stuff on right now or, any of that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace out. And if you want to contact me anywhere, I'd recommend going to my Twitter or my main TikTok account and DM on there. And see you later. Goodbye. Now I want to play another music thing. Just League Unlimited. That could be fun. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, all of you who may have tuned in. I wasn't paying attention much there. I'll try to do that more in the future. But, thanks for tuning in. And if anybody will show up in the future to these streams and podcasts and all that, go ahead and leave some questions in the chat, and I will put them in the podcast episodes. So, yeah. And I'll be sure to advertise I'm streaming over here again and try to get getting back to TikTok. It's kind of hard, and it's going to become harder because I'm about to have finals in 2 weeks. Yeah, because this is my last week before finals coming up. So, yeah. Yay. All right. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.